All right, guys and
Live.
gals. So we are live. Okay, so I am not going to be able to see let's see if I can. Okay, yeah, I can view comments, so we're good. All right, so I am A with EDCQ and Q&A with Ray, or Q&A with RNA. We have Rich. You want to say what's up, Rich?
What's up? I'm not sure if I. How's everybody doing?
And we are joined today with our buddy from Steve's Gear. Steve, how's it going?
It's going good. Hope everyone out there is doing well.
So I don't know if you guys have heard of or checked out Steve's Gear, but he, like us, talks EDC stuff. He talks gear, bags, what he's carrying, and I like his content. And what's funny is I was actually watching him for a while, and then made the connection that he was in like a little chat group I was a part of, and I was like, "What?" So that was pretty cool when that happened. And I know he's friends here with Rich, so we thought we'd have a little guest here and do some different stuff than normal. All right, so we are EDCers. What knife are you carrying, or knives? Because I mean, we like knives. So what knife do you have on you?
Well, for me today, for my time off, I am carrying the Chris Reeves Small Sabenza. So
Yes.
I've become a big fan of the Chris Reeve knives. They are expensive, but it's probably one of my favorite ones I own. And so when I'm not working, I carry it. I'm still a little nervous to carry it when I work, just because I have lost some knives, and it's one that I prefer not to lose right now.
Can you flick it open, or are you still in the
This
slow
one,
open phase?
this one, not really. I mean, this one is. It kind of works. My large size I can pretty easy, but I think it's just a combination of having some fat fingers and. But it is pretty smooth. I mean, I can if I really focus it, but it's pretty
Yeah.
hard. So.
All right, Rich, what you got?
I got the Delica, Spyderco Delica, with an MXG titanium clip, deep carry. I switched the clip out, so because that other clip I couldn't stand it. So I got that. That's in VG10, and then I have the SE Azula 2, if I can get that on camera.
Yeah.
So this is the Desert Tan one that I oiled it, but it dries out again, and I'm just kind of sick of oiling it, so I'm just gonna let it patina however it does it. So those are the two knives I have.
So you're oiling the micarta, correct?
Yeah, I actually used mink oil on this one instead of mineral oil. It did change the color a little bit because it was desert tan micarta, but it was almost white. So now it's kind of more tan, but it dries out. Like, you got to keep doing it over and over. And I did it like twice and was like, yeah, I'm done. So it just from your hands and stuff, it'll do it. So I'll be cool.
Very cool. What is up,
And
Ashton's
that's in
EDC?
1095 actually. This one.
I was just giving a little shout out to Ashton. He said he just got home, so perfect timing. So I was terrible flip.
Actually, I can see it.
Got the Benchmade Mini Osborne. Now this is one of theirs with S90V. So that's a really, really good steel. And it's the red that is the SHOT Show edition, I believe. So I snagged one of those. And then I am also rocking a fixed blade. This is a Exodus. See if I can get it on camera. Exodus knife and tool. This is the Craftwork knife, Adventure Craftwork, and it's like super thin. I'm trying to get on camera because it's backwards. Super thin. Not a lot of depth to it either, but it's like perfect. It fits in your hand perfectly, and no one is freaking scared when you bring that out. So I love carrying a fixed blade, and this one just kind of seems to fly under the radar. Fits really good in the pocket, and I like front pocket carry this thing.
Yeah. You like that mini Osborne?
Very cool.
Yes. So I have the like green aluminum original Osborne. Like I call it the Joker. It's green and it has like the purple hardware, and I like that knife. Yes, is that the green one?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's one of my
I
favorites.
I love that knife. And I stopped carrying it just because.
Is there a lag time? Can you guys hear me, or is there a lag?
Yeah, you're slightly behind for me, but I can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Like,
I don't know if we just lost him.
Well,
and I'm back. How about
There,
now?
there we go.
Yeah. All right. I switched off the internet because my internet's terrible and there's like a lag. So I think now I'm up to speed. I don't know.
Yeah, I think you're much closer.
Weird.
But yeah, I like an Osborne, and getting a new one kind of brought it back. I got my first, the green one, and carried it for months and months as my only knife. And just kind of, so many knives, testing knives, just kind of fell away from it. I
yeah.
found my love for the Osborne again.
Yeah, that's kind of like me. That was I think the very first video I did was on the Osborne, and I love that knife. I mean, it's one of my favorites. But I've never owned a mini one. I've always kind of wondered, if I would like it or not.
It's not too many. I know it's hard on the camera, but I mean, my hands aren't ginormous, but it
Mhm.
fit, like the tail of the knife is coming past my. It's
Oh,
so hard.
nice.
There you go. It's coming past my hand. So
Yeah,
yeah, but
that's
again, I don't
definitely a
have.
cool one. I've never
I
even
don't.
seen that one before.
Yeah, this is SHOT Show this year. So it's
Oh,
got the
wow.
red with the gray and the red liners. The red liners are what popped this for me.
Yeah, that's a nice looking knife.
Yeah, they're still around.
Oh, what's up, me with knives?
Oh, hey, we got a Civivi Brazen, me with knives. You probably have multiple knives. What you carrying? Let us know. So yeah, if you guys want to sound off while we're talking about what gear we're carrying, let us know down there and we'll read it out, let you know our thoughts. I know Rich absolutely adores Civivi.
I got like 6 of EVs, but I stopped buying them when they started like Steve is the actual one that told me about Shabazz saying how they spammed how like certain Chinese companies are spamming the market, and Civivi is definitely spamming. Like, so I stopped buying them, but I do have like 3 Elementums. They sent me one actually. I still think the Elementum is probably one of the best budget like EDC knives out there, actually, to be honest with you.
It really
But
is.
Yeah.
they're putting out knife after knife after knife. Like sometimes they put out a knife and the year doesn't even end and they discontinue it. So they really don't give a shit about quality now. They're just throwing out knives to throw them out there. That's my opinion anyway.
Yeah, it seems like the innovation has kind of slowed down a little bit on some of them. But I agree, the Elementum's probably that's the only CVV I own right now is the Elementum. I kept that one just because I mean it is a pretty good knife. I do like it.
The Elementum is a classic.
Yeah. I have like the Elementum. There's another. I don't even remember, man. I got the X Arch. That's a front flipper that I absolutely cannot use because I can't do it right. And then the Appalachian Drifter is pretty good, but it's very clippy. It's got a really well-defined clip point, and I'm always afraid that I'm going to break the tip of it off. So, I actually got that down at Southern Edge in South Carolina. They were in Myrtle Beach at Barefoot Landing, but they took off. So, I got a few knives from them before they went out. But I have the Backlash. I have the Odium. I have the Appalachian Drifter, 3 Elementums. I don't know. They're all in my thing. Who knows? I pop them out and I got a new one. I'm like, oh, look, there's a different one. I didn't even know. So
Well, you
I don't
definitely
care
got
that
a
much
few then.
anymore. I'm more like I keep them. Yeah, I got a few. I got like 6 or 7 actually. I think I don't know.
So me with knives has the Buck 110 Slim Pro, SRM 7063, which I'll have to look that up, and then a Lumentop Micro. Very cool, very cool. All right, Rich, what else you got in your pocket?
I got, what is this?
Flashlight.
I have the Trustfire Mini X3. That's the flat one. It's the old light killer. Trustfire Mini X3. I got a Kaweco. This is the sport pen. So this is a Kaweco pen. I have that. And it's in this pocket. Nothing. Pepper spray. I got hot sauce. That's it.
Nice. So what else are you rocking, Steve?
I haven't carried a whole lot today. I'm carrying OpenSea leather wallet as usual. I'm a big fan of OpenSea leather. I've been rocking these guys for years.
That's nice.
I like them, and this one's pretty old. I got a whole collection I have never used before, but I'm kind of trying to use one. This I think about a year almost. I think pretty close. And today for a flashlight, I just brought the Phoenix PDR or Phoenix 25R, PD 25R, and then it's just kind of your basic Phoenix, but I like this one. It's small, it's compact, it's powerful, it's got a good throw on it, and I use this one for a pretty long time. I like that it has a tail switch. I'm a big fan of tail switch stuff, and then it obviously has the little mode selector on the side. And then, I was just carrying that Sebenza, and that's pretty much my carry for the day. I don't have my keys on me, but that's pretty much all I'm really rocking today. It's all I had to do was go to the grocery store, so I didn't really need a whole lot with me today. But that's kind of pretty much my average day, really.
That's pretty cool. I don't know if you're into pouches on person. I have never been till I got this one. So that's a Gondak EDC, their Ranger wallet, and it has a little pin loop here. I've got a Fisher Bullet Space Pen, and basically took all my like loose items in my pocket and just kind of tossed them in here. The small Swiss Army knife classic, a chapstick, and then I keep my flashlight in here, which is the Perun 2 Mini. I like really fallen in love with a 90-degree angle. I don't know why. And red light is on here. So I really like that setup. Like, it gives me the ability to carry a flashlight on person, which for me, if my pockets get heavy, the flashlight is the first thing I'm like, nah, gotta go.
Yeah.
So now with this, it's just kind of the whole little kit drops into my front left pocket, and I really don't even know it's there. Like, it's very cool.
Yeah, that's a cool. I like those little pouches.
I'll be
Are
right
pretty
back.
cool.
Somebody's at my door.
Uh-oh.
I'm down. Down. I'll be right back. Somebody's at my door. I'll be right back.
No worries.
Now, when I'm working, sometimes I carry a pouch in the pocket, just because I wear like kind of like some big, well, they're like Dickies, but they have like cargo pockets on them. So sometimes I'll throw in a pouch every now and then. But I'm the same way. I like stuff, that kind of fits in there. It's all small, compact. I'm not somebody who can carry a huge pouch in the pocket for some reason. I don't know why. I have some kind of like phobia against having too much stuff in my pockets. So I try to keep it minimal. And my flashlight's like normally clipped to me somewhere. It sounds kind of weird, but I wear like a work vest, and normally I clip the flashlight onto like the zipper of the vest. So it's always up high, so I can, because I'm pulling it off. Like, I'm using it like probably every 10 minutes when I'm at work. So I keep it up high and pull it off a lot. So I don't have to worry about the flashlight part, but it's all the other stuff that ends up in your pocket. Multi-tool. I normally wear like a Leatherman on the belt, a Wave Plus. I normally wear that every day.
Nice.
And, just whatever else you decide to bring that day. It's kind of I don't know, just changes up every day.
Yeah, I like that. I like having a setup
All right.
where are you back?
Funny story. I'm not a Girl Scout, but I sell Girl Scout cookies for friends of mine's kids at school, because I work in a school, medical, so that everybody wants effing cookies, right? So that was the Girl Scout leader. It's funny because I sell so many cookies. They said that they actually gave me a Girl Scout cookie patch, so I'm the only non-Girl Scout to get a badge.
That's awesome.
But
You're a
funny.
dealer.
Yeah, cookie dealer, right?
But I like
Me
it.
with knives.
I like
Do you
it
prefer
when
flood or spots.
oh, that is an excellent question. Flood or spot?
I don't know. Sometimes you can get lights that are kind of intermediate, where I have some that there's a pretty decent spot beam with some spill, like, you know what I mean? But I have other ones that are absolute floods, like the Trustfire MC3 and the Sofran SC29. Those are straight floods, and they'll light up everything. But it just depends on the situation, I guess. If I'm like, I just got this one. This is pretty spotty. It's the Wubin L50. Like, it's not a well-known flashlight. And and Woobin's like really pretty cool with me, so I kind of just ask him for lights and they just send them. Like,
That's
you know what I
awesome.
mean? So I've been using this one. It's like 1200 lumens max, 1200 max. It's like a huge flashlight though. I'm gonna probably review it coming up this week. It's good if you have a job and you're like Steve. This will probably work good for you because you're out and you're using your light a lot. So you're not using it for like EDC. It's like a good work light, I think, personally. Like if you're like a law enforcement officer or medical or something, you got a vest or a rig or something you can put it on. But it does fit in cargos, like medical cargos, pretty good. So whatever. I haven't tried it in my jeans yet, but
Yeah, for work,
that's spotty though.
Yeah, for work, I basically stick to all flood. Majority of my work is like I'm only looking probably 10 to 15 feet, and I prefer the flood style beam. But if I'm not working, I kind of prefer the spotlight beam. So it's kind of strange because if I'm not working and I'm carrying a light, typically I'm going to be doing something in the woods or traveling around or something. So I kind of like to have the little extra reach. But yeah, for work, I definitely like the floodlight ones.
I like the spot, but flood's more practical for most EDC purposes for me. You know, like looking up under furniture or you know, something like that, trying to find something that's lost. Flood just kind of gets it done. But if you're outside, spot's the only way to go, in my opinion. If you're looking for any sort of distance, spot's the way with a little bit of spill, give you a little extra light so you can see where you're walking.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's nice to have that extra reach, especially when you're outside. I mean, it's just, you know, like if you're, cruising down a trail or something and it's early in the morning, like going to your fishing spot and you need to stop and take a peek to see if there's any cougars watching you or something, you definitely want the long reach.
Yeah. So Ashton's EDC has a modular sling with a small fixed blade, the CRKT Biwa, Olight i5R, and then pens and notebook, which is very cool. Me with Knives almost got the Woobin, you've got Rich, and Kathleen has joined us. Hey, Kathleen.
It's pretty cool. It's actually not bad. I mean, like I said, other than the fact I usually don't. So I've been carrying, like I said, this Olight Killer. So this is a Trust Fire, and it's like that's how much bigger it is. Like, you know what I mean? Or if I'm not carrying that and I'm in the house with sweatpants on, I'm carrying the Woobin X3, which is way smaller. So I'm just kind of minimalist, but I carried it to work for a weekend. It's cool. I mean, I have no problems with it. It's fine.
Yeah.
Flashlights are one of those things that if you can handle the size and weight, in a lot of cases, the larger the flashlight, like the much better it is. Does that make sense? Like you get a bigger flashlight, but you're getting a lot for the size.
Yeah. Yeah, that does make a lot of sense. I mean, typically the i5R from Olight and stuff, I still think is a really great flashlight. I still really, really like it. I used that for a long time at work, kind of back when I was first getting into things and I didn't really have a big collection. And then as I started picking up other flashlights, I noticed that, like you said, the size, you get more power, you get more battery. And I don't really use the i5R as much anymore, but I still think it's great. But definitely the bigger ones are a little better.
So me with Knives.
I actually have a friend that is out on the road and he said he didn't like it that much, the 5R. I don't know. It all depends, I guess, on the person. Some people love it, some people don't. I don't know.
Yeah. The Weltool T1 Pro. Have y'all heard of Weltool? Uh-oh, did we lose Rich?
Looks like he disappeared.
So have you heard of the Weltool? I don't know if I've heard of the brand Weltool.
No, I don't think I've heard of Weltool before.
I will definitely be checking that out. Hopefully he can join us back up. He has the invite, so if he comes back in, I should be able to push him through. Yeah. Kathleen has a mini Praxis rocking the Civivi and a Super Tinker. I love a Super Tinker.
Yeah, the Super Tinker is awesome.
A lot of bang for your buck with that one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yeah, I like the Super Tinker.
That's Rich.
I can't see the comments, so you'll have to read them if I.
Now I'm on the bottom. And is it working? Can you guys hear me? Like, am I on like regular?
Yeah, you're good now.
It just literally kicked me off, and I went back on, and now I'm like up to speed. I guess. Oh, it's weird.
I like it.
Spectrum sucks horribly, and you pay like $100 a month for high-speed internet, and I'm like 3 seconds behind everybody. Like, makes no sense, man. Whatever.
So Ashton made a good point. The i5R isn't his favorite flashlight. What he likes about it is the size. So that's kind of what I was talking about with flashlight. It really
Yeah,
like size versus what you want,
yeah.
and one's gonna win. Sometimes
Ashton had a
size
good
wins.
one of his videos. He made a good point, like with the clips. He said where the clip is deep pocket carry right here. Some of those smaller, more EDCable flashlights, you can't get all the way up into the corner here.
A
It'll only
hundred
go
percent.
so like the Through
Yeah.
Night, the Through Nights that I bought, the what is it, the Through Night Pro Archer Pro V2, there's like little tiny bit left that you can't get it all the way up in. And I like those flashlights, like the Through Night Archer Pro V2. Those are great. But he's right. I was like, oh crap, he's right. Like that is annoying.
I
Yeah.
noticed that on knives. I noticed it on some of my knives, the way that they'll be set up, you literally the last tiny bit, it's like if you do force it on, the clip like starts pushing away.
Yeah. Yeah, and the i5R, I guess I should have kind of also said that I wear the flashlights on my hat like all the time when I'm working. And so that's one of the things about the i5R, like Ashton was saying, the size is what benefits me. Like I carried this little I still do carry it sometimes, this little Sofrit SC32. It's been in a lot of my videos, just like a budget one, but it's good flood, and I like the color temperature and stuff. But I mean, like all the time, like I just, that's like I wear them all day, And if I hook up like a huge flashlight, it's just crazy to be on there all day, So
This one works.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got the reverse clip on that truss fire. So you got one, didn't you? The truss fire.
It's coming from the long
come.
ship from China. It'll be here
I
in
know.
2026, I think is what they said.
Guangdong, it'll be here.
The
See you next year. It's a pretty good.
Ace Beam Pokelit AA comes in 550 and 1,000 lumens. I know I have an Ace Beam AA flashlight. I don't know if it's the Pokelit or not.
I stopped buying like AA, any kind of that's not rechargeable. Like I don't even get it. Actually, I stopped buying flashlights because people keep sending them to me. So like whatever. But I don't really. If somebody was like, "Hey, Rich, we're gonna send you a AA," I'd be like, "Nah, I'm good." You end up spending so much money on like extra batteries like all the time. And this like flashlight, like I charge it once a week just for the hell of it, and I probably don't have to, but I just do, and it's fine. And it charges super fast, like in less than an hour. So, and then I'm good for the whole week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you keep them charged, rechargeable is the way to go. For people who recharge them when they're dead, you will get screwed if you're out and about with one rechargeable flashlight.
Exactly.
Well, I have more, like, I don't know.
I keep I believe it's a i5R Plus, I believe in a AA. I keep that in my personal truck, and I keep some in-loop rechargeable batteries in it because those rechargeable batteries will hold a charge. Like they'll hold like 90% of the charge for like 7 years. So I keep that in there just because, if something ever happened, like you said, a rechargeable battery and the truck was dead, I couldn't charge it, and at least I have that. And typically you can find AA's at pretty much every little mom and pop gas station along the way too. So I always try to keep one in the vehicle just in case.
Yeah.
I literally always have a backup battery or two on me. So, and then I have actually the bag that I'm carrying this weekend was the Fjallraven Kanken hip pack. And I have a backup battery in there, and like every one of my bags I do, and then a charging cable that's like all like micro, it's USB-C, it's a whole bunch of different ones. So if my light ever did go dead, my truck didn't work or something, I could charge it that way. So I also have a pouch, and a lot of the little I carry alpaca hub pouches, and like I have 2 or 3 of them that have the i3 EEOS, and those are not rechargeable. Those are the AAAs, and I put them in backwards so they don't waste their energy. So if it ever did shit the bed and I had no way to charge it, I could take the i3 EOS, flip the battery around, and I'd be good to go.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's something you got to worry about in some of those long-term storages too. If you keep alkaline batteries in there, they eventually will leak, especially if they're in those temperatures. I had a Phoenix flashlight that ran off of a AA batteries, and it did leak. I went to turn it on one day, probably sit in the truck for 2 years, and I turned it on, opened it up, and it was full of acid. So it was all corroded away. So yeah, you do have to watch about that too.
Yeah.
So we have Bob Simmons is a new subscriber, and he's looking for a zippered belt pouch, but not true and not too intrusive. So belt pouches are my jam. I love
Yes.
wearing stuff on my belt. I'm your gal. I was gonna say I'm your guy, but I'm not. I'm your gal. I recommend for a belt pouch.
A24, you could be the guy. Nobody knows. I mean, but
I
it's
I'm
possible.
the I'm the refrigerator. Today I identify as a refrigerator.
There you go.
Um, but I like the alpaca the Metro pouch. I think that's a really good one for wearing on your belt. That's not too intrusive. And I also recommend the Maxpedition Barnacle. Those are two that are kind of
Oh, I've
smaller
seen
in size, but can hold a lot of gear.
Yeah.
Do y'all have any belt pouch recommendations?
I don't really have a lot of belt pouches. I do have the one from Alpaca that you mentioned. But no, not that I can think of. I don't typically wear them on my belt, so I don't really have any of them.
I have the only one I have. Well, actually, that's a lie. I have the Metro pouch by Alpaca. I have the Dio Drio wax canvas belt pouch,
That
and
one's cool.
then I have the what is it? Mule Pack sidecar. But
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
I don't put anything on my belt. I like tried and I was like, this is driving me crazy. Like, because I have a fixed blade. I always carry a secondary belt knife, whether it's a fixed blade or whether it's like, like the Buck 110 or something, or the friggin' I have a Gerber, but I always have another knife. Like, I literally tried to not carry like a pocket knife. I was like, oh, I'm gonna carry this Azula because I love it. And then I was getting anxiety, so I was like, I gotta carry both of them. So yeah, I don't really carry belt pouches. I have them, and they're really good to put on Molly stuff. So like the Metro pouch, it snaps, so you can take that and feed it through and hook it to another bag, like up here or something like that, or like a 511 messenger bag. So they're good for that, like mollying them through things. I think that's cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. So, yeah, someone else's comment in the barnacle is the best. It's a great belt pouch. So, Steve, what would you say are most of your videos? Like, do you do like reviews of like knife or flashlight, or are you like gear, like this is what I carry in my bag, like kits? Like, what's your jam?
I'm all over the road. Like, I didn't call myself like Steve's EDC or anything because I honestly, I kind of suck at EDC. I'd like to buy the gear, but I have a problem with, a lot of times I'm a creature of habit. I find something I like and I use it and I use it and I use it. But I like the gear. So I've been trying to really work hard this year at switching stuff out and working more. But, I hope to kind of start adapting more a little bit to like outdoor equipment also. I'm a big fan of that kind of stuff. And I have a lot of stuff that I could, do some content on. But yeah, I mean, a lot of my stuff has been like knives, lights, bags, things like that. I'm hoping this summer I can branch into maybe some, even like some fishing stuff, some camping things like that. That's all kind of stuff that I like. So pretty much just like your random gear. I mean, I've done water bottles, like, knives, flashlights, bags, backpacks, that kind of, I like that kind of stuff. So pretty much anything gear related, I'm pretty much interested in.
Nice. So your handle is at Steve's Gear, no apostrophe, correct?
Yeah, no apostrophe. Yep.
All right, because some people were asking for that. So at Steve's Gear, and I'll have a link to it in the description. And then Me with Knives recommends that you do some long-term reviews on the stuff you have. And he's into fishing gear. So I think he'd be stoked if you did some fishing stuff.
Yeah. I'd be definitely interested in that. I like that kind of stuff. So, and I want to start doing the long-term reviews. I kind of started out doing that in the beginning. Some stuff I had for a while, but I need to brush up on it and get some things. And that's the problem is I was trying to, I was using the same stuff over and over again for my EDC. Now I'm trying to branch out and go through different stuff. So maybe I can get some little more long-term use out of it. So.
That's awesome. That's exciting. So, what's your favorite brand of bag? Because I think I might have an opinion on that.
So
Not
right
sack.
now, I'm going to say it's probably Nutsack.
Yep.
Well, Nutsack, but I do have another one that I've been using.
about
I
his
grabbed
Nutsack
it just in
too.
case. I've been a big fan of, now it's price point, but I've been a big fan of Filson. I've been using this Filson duffel bag on some recent trips. Love this thing. Yeah, the same thing. I mean, on my last trip, I took the new Nutsack Speed Sling with me, and it was my first time using it like in an airport and all that stuff. I mean, I just really like Nutsack stuff. It's just the style that I like. I mean, I like that kind of old school, wax canvas style look. Some people are into like, the more modern, looking stuff like, alpaca and things like that. And that's cool. I like some of it. I have some of it, but yeah, Nutsack is definitely probably my favorite style of bags.
So how do you carry the new sling bag? Is it a waist pack? Is it crossbody?
It's crossbody. So when I wear it, I typically wear it and I use it so this part rests on kind of like my back. And then it's really easy just to slide around, and it's like right at chest level when I slide it around. And I opened it up, and that's where I kept my wallet. I kept some of the stuff's loaded in here from when I went, not a whole lot of it, but I kept like a battery bank. I kept a pack of these little towelettes to use when I was out. I kept some eyeglass cleaners and different kind of notebooks and pens. And I kept, that's where I kept like because I carry 2 phones. So I kept the extra phone in this. I kept my wallet in there when I was out. And it just made going through something like that. For me, I feel like if you fly, you realize how bad it can suck sometimes having to go through security. And having everything in that pouch and just basically taking that off, putting it in the little tray when it goes through the scanner, and you're pretty much done. You don't have to empty out of your pockets and put all the stuff back in and out. And I've really enjoyed that Speed Sling so far. So I think it's a pretty good product. I mean, it is a little expensive, I'll admit, but hopefully, it'll last me the rest of my life.
I actually, I've put that in my cart several times and just haven't pulled the trigger. And I was waiting to see if I could find someone's review and kind of see them wearing it and what they thought. But I think I'm going to snag that one. It looks awesome.
It is on the smaller side. I mean, if you're looking for like something to really pack a lot of stuff, it's not going to be the one for you. But I mean, it is what it says. It's the Speed Sling. I mean, it's good for short trips around town and stuff like that. I mean, I wouldn't use it if I was going to go out for, a 2-day hike or something. But trips to the airport, just walking around town and stuff, it's perfect size.
Yeah.
How many liters is it?
I don't even remember how many liters it is. I don't even know, to be honest with you.
1.5, 2.
Yeah, something like that. I would imagine probably 1.5, 2. I mean,
That's the bag. That bag that I'm carrying, that hip pack, that Kanken hip pack, that's a 2-liter bag, and it's small. I mean, it's like not big, but like you said, if you got to go around town, I don't need like the kitchen sink in there. Like I can fit what I need to put in there, and I'm good.
I think if you're familiar with the double admin pouch from Nutsack, it is pretty similar to the same size on the inside. A little bit less molly, but it just has the 2 pockets and that little bit of molly on one side. Yeah. So if the double admin works good for you, the Speed Sling will work good for you.
Yeah, the double admin, you can buy a separate strap. The Speed Sling strap removable, does it come with it, or do you have to buy it separate?
It comes with it. It's actually sewn into this one. Okay. So this one's actually sewn in, yeah.
So it's like a fanny pack style kind of thing going on there.
Yeah.
That's good. I mean, I like this. It's got those wings that wrap around, whether you carry a crossbody or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, it does make it comfortable. It's hugs your body tight is what I like about it. There's not like big swivels that kind of cause it to maybe bulk out sometimes. It does hug you pretty tight.
Yeah, that's cool.
He makes really good stuff. I have the Taxac 11 and freaking love that bag, but it's just like a little too big for like the around the town stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I use the satchel, and I carry that a lot when I travel. I didn't carry it this time, but that was my first one. I really like that. Kind of the same idea, but it didn't have the molly inside.
And for those of you who don't know, Nutsack makes wax canvas and leather bags and pouches. And they are on the pricier side, but they are definitely a product that if you purchase, you're gonna be passing it on to someone. It will outlast you for sure.
They also have a channel. If you go, it's Carry Lounge.
Yes.
Well, they do everything other than Nutsack too, but that's Matt I believe that's Matt. That's his name right now. That's
It's his channel.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's their channel. So they'll put their nutsack stuff on there along with whatever else they're reviewing. So they just dropped a video like the other day too, actually.
And
Yeah, and
we've
you.
got a.
Oh,
Go
I was
ahead.
just gonna say they're an Oregon brand, so I automatically support them. So
Yeah.
they're out of Oregon.
And they're like, yeah,
That's
right,
awesome.
100%. I think their like wax canvas comes from New England, like over here, like
Yeah.
somewhere by me, like, you know what I mean? And their
Yeah.
leather comes from somewhere, maybe even over here too. So everything's in the United States. So it's
I
cool.
think the only thing that's outsourced is I mean, don't quote me 100%, but I think that the zippers are outsourced. Other than
the
that,
YKK is from Japan. Yeah.
everything
Yeah.
else is from America.
Like that's like the only thing, right? Like the zippers, so whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
He's not on
YKK
IG,
is the
he's on
best.
YouTube actually, Kathleen. He has a I'll
Yeah,
actually,
she
if you go to
found it.
if you go to my page, like I'm sure I shared Steve's gear stuff, but I can't do anything on StreamYard. I don't know, but I can do it on YouTube. So I'll share it in my community post or something, and you can just link to him that way.
Yeah, and I think she found it and subbed, but she was saying she won't, doesn't have Instagram.
Oh yeah, I'm on the IG too. I don't like it's whatever.
Ginger Fisher 75 has some awesome hand emojis waving and peace signs and stuff. So what's up, Ginger Fisher 75? Dude. So this has been fun. I don't know if you guys have enjoyed it, but I've definitely had fun hanging
Right, it
out
works.
and
Oh, yeah.
talking.
I always like talking gear.
Yeah,
I can do
That's
it
what
for
we're here for.
seriously.
Awesome. Well, I think that'll probably about wrap us up. I want to finish off with my last question, and I think this is going to be the normal question I have for the end. Everything's gone. You're starting back over with one piece of EDC gear. What are you choosing?
I'll pick a knife. I'll take a knife every time.
And well, what knife? You get a pick.
What knife? Honestly, dude, you know what's weird? I got like over 100. I had more knives, but I started giving some away. So I have a lot of knives, and I had a lot of knives, and I think I got like 150 now. And it sounds crazy. I'd probably, even though it's not a full flat grind, I'd probably take a Deca. Because
Nice.
the Deca's a Magna Cut. Not that, I've had a lot of experience with it. I haven't really used it where I had to sharpen it or anything. But I use this knife like a lot though. And I'm not afraid to use it. It's not like, you should be. But this is just one of those designs that it's like meant to, seems like to beat the crap out of. I mean, and it's lightweight. So, as a matter of fact, it's so lightweight, sometimes you don't think it's in your pocket. You forget like you lost it. You know what I mean? And it's made in the United States 100%. So it's awesome.
That's a solid choice.
Yeah. Well, I think if I was going to pick a piece of gear, it would be the same thing. It would be a knife. And if I was going to choose one of my knives to take, I mean, I don't know, maybe unpopular opinion with some, but I think I would go with the Chris Reeve Large and Cosi.
Okay.
So I think the Large and Cosi would be enough blade, plenty of thickness. It's also a Magna Cut. Plenty of grip. And I feel like it's kind of built for, quick disassembly and stuff too, if I needed to do some maintenance or something, I guess. So
That's a solid choice.
Yeah. Expensive choice, but
Yeah.
I guess if it was all I was going to have, I guess I'd be okay with it.
If you're one and done, a $500 or $600 knife might be a good choice.
How about you?
I want to say the Chris Reeve Large. Is it Umnumzum? I don't know. But I don't own that knife, so I can't really say it.
Yeah.
I feel like it's my spirit knife that I've never touched or held. But as far as what I have, the Leatherman Arc is very tempting because it comes with an excellent blade. So you're getting your knife, you just get a lot of utility with the knife. Having said that, a knife on a multi-tool is never going to be good as a fixed blade or, just a plain folder. So I would probably go out of stuff I own. If I had to keep one and get rid of the rest, I would probably I might go Spyderco Paramilitary 2. It's a strong knife. It's solid. It's got good
PM3 is
steel.
good too. Actually, PM3 is good too. That's it.
Yeah.
You know what though? you're right. You made a good point with the fixed blade thing. There's nothing to fail on a fixed blade. So
Yeah.
the Azula or the Azula 2 would be a good choice too, because this is 1095 and you can sharpen it on a rock. You got to figure if you have Magna Cut and you have nothing else to sharpen it on, you can't sharpen it. What good is it? It's a dull knife. It's useless, right? But 1095, you can sharpen this, on anything. Seriously, you really could.
Yeah.
I think it says the Azula. They say it's 55 to 57 HRC. It's cake. Like, you know what I mean? So you're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you
I
got
guess there's something to be said about. Oh, as I say, I think
go ahead.
there probably is something said to be, I guess, maybe not having the highest, most powerful steel might be good if you were out there and that's all you had. But, at Azula might be easier to sharpen the Magna Cut.
Well, for sure. And you know what? I like it. I think I've only been carrying this for like, a week or so. And I haven't been carrying it every day because I work in a school and I can't carry knives. But when I do carry it, this is like, I'm not like a huge knife guy. Like, I don't want like giant knives, right? I think the perfect spot for a knife is like between, I don't know, for medium, I did like 6.5 to 7.25, right? So 6.5 is on the small side for medium, but 6.75 to 7 is like the perfect size. And this is like right in there, and it's a fixed blade. So you pull it out, it's not going to scare anybody. This one's not black. It's not blactical. You know what I mean? My problem is that I'm so used to carrying a fixed blade or not really a fixed blade, but a belt knife as a secondary knife. I don't really use it that much because, I don't. Like, I would use my pocket knife before anything else. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
But I think this would be a good standalone EDC knife if you could carry just a fixed blade. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's not going to scare anybody. Not that, I don't know. Not where I live at. Like a lot of people here have knives. So, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a city, urban, but it's like 40,000 people. It's kind of country. Like, I've lived in way bigger places than this.
So a lot of the answers thrown in were Leatherman Art, Benchmade Freak, the Cold Steel Carve, PM2. Ashton is going with my choice, Mannix, and the Benchmade Hidden Country. So we got everybody sticking with knives. When I asked this the very first time, I haven't heard of the Hidden Country.
Native Wildman's got that. You ever watch Native Wildman? I think he's got one. I'm not. It might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure he's got one of those. That's a pretty decent looking knife. It's got wooden
I just picked up the Mannix. I love the Mannix. I just picked that one up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Mannix is solid.
I mean, I like the one that I got from my friend A, the giant mouse.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
This is like a full flat grind. This is sick. They made this to be like a utility knife. So I mean, this is a good one too because it's a Vox design. So I mean, and it's micarta. So I mean, this is decent. I've been carrying this too. It's just like you said, I get stuck carrying the same thing over and over, and I don't.
Yeah.
So I kind of suck. I don't really care though. I just want I'm saying, like I'm a crappy champ. I got so many other things that I could do videos about. Bags. You can do videos about gear, medical supplies, prepping supply. So I'm like whatever.
I know. I have the same problem. I buy stuff and then I forget that I need to make a video on it, and then I find it like a month later, and I said, "Oh yeah, did I make a video about that or not?" So, but.
That's awesome. Yeah, some of them are saying
for the Spartan Acubus. Hopefully that'll start be coming out soon. So I bought it, but never made a video on it either. I bought it like 3 months ago and forgot about it. So
video.
Yeah, right. I got to make a video on this Cold Steel Jungle Dart that I got. It's an undetectable knife, but it's not. I mean, it's not undetectable because it's got a metal ring on it. But I'm not telling you. I'm not telling you to disobey the law and take the metal ring off, but I am telling you to resist tyranny. So what you got to do, but it's just a little. It's actually really big, and I haven't really found a way to carry it that's not going to poke me somewhere. So because there's no sheath, and it's made out of Grivex, but then it's got the Crayex grip, so it's 100% plastic except for that metal ring, right? And it's 8 point something. It's pretty big, man. I put it in my sock, but it's stabbing me in my ankle. I'm like. I don't know. I don't know what you're doing. It's like $8. I was like, I'll try it out. Like, like some people said they got attacked in their shower. And I was like, really? I was like, what? So they hang it in their bathroom because it's rubber and plastic. So it's not going to rust. So, I mean, if people are busting into your house and packing you on the toilet, I guess it would be a good thing to have. You know what I mean? But it's interesting and it's something different. They have a whole series of these like undetectable knives. It's the, Nightshade or Night something series, but this is the Jungle Dart. So
That's cool.
and
That is cool.
it's crazy. So I'm gonna have to find a way out. I can't carry it because I don't even know how to do it yet. It is pointy. It's very pokey. But whatever. And the sock isn't
Awesome.
working, so
Somewhere else.
you can't put it down by your nutsack because it might go through.
You have to have a custom sheath made.
Unless you have the double admin, then you might be okay. Wait,
Well,
what nutsack
guys,
were we talking about?
thanks. Yeah, well, you can't put it by it, but you can put it in it.
There you go. That'll do it.
Well, thanks for hanging out, guys. That was a lot of fun. We will Rich and I will be back regularly with the Q&A starting first Sunday in April 6th, April 7th. I forget what it is.
April 7th, I think.
April 7th. And then we plan on having guests pretty regularly. So maybe Steve, we
works,
haven't
so
offended him too much. Maybe he'll come back one time.
Shout
Yeah,
out
it's
to
been
my
a lot of fun.
Grugs. Shout out to
I like
Grugs
it.
for giving me the information about this from Legion Tactical Cutlery.
Yes.
He's the one that told me about it. So shout out to him. Check him out too. He's pretty good. He's
Yeah.
got a lot of bushcraft stuff going on there.
I'll have to check him out. And yeah, we are stoked we can have guests. That makes it a lot more fun, and you guys get a different perspective and hopefully a new channel that you might not have heard of yet. So,
And check out Steve's gear and AQ. Check my freaking community post. I don't know. Maybe you can post in the chats or something because we can't. Like if you put people's links in there, then
yes.
you can do that because I can't do that. It says that I have to sign into YouTube, and I would have to sign out of this to sign into YouTube. So I don't even whatever. It's
Doesn't
weird.
look like it's going to let me chat, but as soon as we leave here, I will go and add links to everybody's channel. Make sure we get everybody hooked up.
You are the host, so it's on you.
It's my hostly duties.
Seriously. Hey, thanks. Because I don't have to do it because I'm old and I don't know how to.
Y'all have a good one, and we'll catch you next time.
You guys have a good week.
See you guys later.
See ya.